All right, welcome to Brackenberries. We're going to do this series of how to get a store off the ground, how to run a store, card shop life, whatever. Lots of people want this information, and other people have put out this kind of information. Only one other person, obviously Alpha Investments, has done it from sort of the ground floor, but he also started at a point where he had been doing stuff beforehand, and we just kind of ran headlong into it. So we're going to start from the very beginning, and that started when Matt was looking for something else to do, and I am a trucker and I had extra money to spend, so we decided to open a business. And so let's start at the very beginning from when I came into your house and said, hey, do you want to do a Magic the Avenue store instead? Because you had some other business idea. And then you started looking for places to lease. So talk about that. Like, what was there was one place that was available for most of May, and then you found this place. So let's just talk about the first place, the stuff that you were doing with that, trying to get that, and then finding this place.
Well, yeah, basically it's once you just find. It took a while to find like a reliable agent, I guess, like a realtor, someone to make connections, because you find out once you start calling these places, there's never anybody there, or it'll go to an actual just realtor office in general, and then if you don't have an agent, then you'll just have to deal with whatever agent they assign you there. So it's good to go looking for someone that you kind of like the style of. I guess we found this guy Tom, and he was very persistent in whatever he was trying to find and look for things. And I had two agents before that were kind of loosey goosey, didn't really put in the time to find things. And I guess actually we did have one place that we sat on for a while. That was right the first place.
The Parsons Road one.
Yeah, Parsons Road, because the guy was gonna. There was some sort of weird thing where the dude was being evicted, and he didn't know he was being evicted, and he wanted us to wait. And when I asked to come see the place, he wanted me to come in when this guy was on vacation, so we could check out the place. So right away, you can't really deal with things like that if you're.
Yeah, the reason we backed off of that is because if he does it to him, then he does it to us.
Yeah,
right?
You can't really. You need some sort of legitimacy in your business. It's good to have a landlord that doesn't come around and bother you or anything like that. You want someone to at least maintain the place, but it's good to have someone that's not gonna be, planning any shady stuff like that or snaky stuff like that. And so yeah, we just kind of went into this little unit.
Yeah. So how did you decided, so when you first called that unit in Parsons Road, that's when you started dealing with a real estate agent, right?
No, I started dealing with a real estate agent before that. Called for a real estate agent before I started calling places, because I said, you start calling places and no one answers, or you get weird audio, voicemails that don't make sense, and you leave them to them, and then or else you find out some people are putting buildings up for lease while there's still tenants in it, and tenants still making decisions. It's kind of like a pressure tactic sometimes, I guess.
There's also the thing, and this is something other people have talked about, is that landlords, especially in commercial units, seem not to care whether or not they're renting the units they own. So whatever the financials of their asset is, I guess they feel comfortable. People will know in your own city, in your own town, there's a place that just has not been rented in 10 years. And I guess that landlord just doesn't care. So that's why there's very little wiggle room when dealing with people who own commercial units. And so you kind of got to go with you get a general feel for the person. So then we came here, and so Tom is the one that found this for us, right?
Yeah. Basically, there'll always be a bigger fish than you, and than someone willing to dish out the extra money that seems unreasonable for a unit, even if because some people get crazy ideas and they think they don't even have like a 4 months plan for their business, but they'll dump all the money into just taking a unit, and and that'll be happy. That landlord will be happy just having that unit occupied for 4 months of the year, I guess.
Yeah, so they don't care if it works out for you financially.
Yeah.
They'll just get some money out of you.
Yeah, they're taking it anyway. So. Yeah.
So he found this place and then introduced us to the lawyer. So that's when I came. So this is the first time I looked at a place. We met down in it was end of May, early June, or was it? No, it was mid-May, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then Tom and.
So the landlord wasn't here the first time. Tom met us, and the landlord wasn't here the first time, and we just came in and looked around at the place. Is that how that worked?
Yeah. That's how it was the first time, and then basically a week later, we met with Sahid and Tom, Sahid, our landlord, Tom, and we agreed to basically take it. Then, well, we negotiated a couple things.
Yeah. So first of all, the weird thing was, he said that this was 550 square feet, or he said, but it's clearly at least 650, if not 750, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger, but not very big.
But landlords usually say that something is more square feet than it actually is, but in this case, it was less. So then we agreed to take it, and then one of the negotiated things that we got was that Sahid would put up the sign for us, and it was a 3-year lease. Was there anything else? I don't think we negotiated anything else in, did we?
No.
And it was all inclusive, so we don't have extras and stuff like that. And so it was, it's expensive, but because we're in a small town, and for whatever reason, small town commercial spaces are more expensive per square foot than they are in the outskirts of a large city. So then Tom set up the lease for us, and then I had to pay first and last, that kind of stuff, and sign the lease using my corporate stuff, and then pay. Also, we had to pay for half of May so that we could immediately start moving in, and then the first and last started with June.
Yeah.
And then we were in.
They were in, and I just basically had to take it down. There's really bad wallpaper in here. There was some sort of weird, I forget what kind of office it was.
Yeah, we'll get into that in the next video of the setting up the store. So that's basically getting the location. And then we'll go into the next video of setting up the store.